You might be having a e-commerce store on Shopify, or you might be having a website, or you might be having a store online on Marketplace. But do you know that it is very, very important that you have your e-commerce store integrated on Facebook and Instagram? Because if you want to really scale up your business, it is a must. So let's understand this with having a quick walkthrough of how to create a store on Facebook and Instagram and boost up your sales.
I'll be logging to my Facebook account, and then I will first of all create a business page. So to create a shop page on Facebook, I need to have a business page. So how I will be creating a business page, we'll be having a quick walkthrough. I will go to a create option, then I'll go to page option. After going to a page option, I will select business or brand. I'll name my page. So I can name my page as shopping demo. Okay, so this is a demo page. I'll select a category as shopping, very, very important, because the base type of page you create, Facebook gives you that kind of option. So if you will not select shopping page, it will not give you a shop option on your page. So I need to select shopping as an option over here, right? So then I need to type in the address. That is a compulsory thing, right? And then I will say continue. So by default, my shop page will be created. And if you can see, I can have a profile picture. So profile picture is nothing but your brand image and a brand header image that you have. So we'll skip it for now. I can upload a cover image also for my shop page. So my shop page is created. How? Over left hand side, if you can see more option we have. So I'll be just clicking on see more option over here, and you will find a tab that is known as a shop page, right? So I'll be just creating a shop as an option. I need to agree with the merchant terms and policies. I'll say continue. After clicking on continue, either I can link, I will have two options. Either people can message me to buy their product, or they can I can provide a website link, right? A link wherein people can view my product and purchase. So these are the two options. Best option is to provide your website link, okay? Because website becomes more trustworthy than people messaging you to buy the product. And avoid the clutter. People will ask you unnecessary questions on messages also. So just select an option. If you are having a website, that is a very good option, right? If you don't have a website or marketplace, then also you can sell on Amazon, on Facebook, where people will just message you, and then manually you will be handling all the process. But it's great to have a website either on a marketplace or on Shopify, okay, or having your own website. So I will be selecting this option. I'll be selecting the currency over here. After selecting on currency, now I'm good to go, and I will be adding the product. So I'll be clicking on add product option, and from here I will be giving title, price. If it's on sale, I can give a selling price, description. As I have selected website as an option, it is giving me an option to provide the URL. I want to share it publicly. I'll select the option as yes, and I will say add product. Okay, I'll select this condition, and I am good to go. So my shop page is ready, and I am good to go. Now, what is the best way to set up my shop page? So this is one of the option. Next option to set up, say for example, if you are having 100 of products, right? And one by one, the first process that we are going to discuss is to set up your shop page. So what other option I have? Again, I'll go to create as an option. Okay, 1 second. So I'll be selecting create as an option. Under create, I'll be selecting add as an option. So it will redirect me to ads manager page wherein I can create a catalog for my shop page. Okay, under ads manager, I will be having an option of catalog manager. So I'll go to catalog manager over here. After going to catalog manager, I can create a catalog. So catalog is nothing but a set of products and categories which I can add. So I'll say create catalog. Now Facebook allows me to create a catalog for e-commerce, travel, real estate and auto business. So as of now, I'll select e-commerce as an option. I'll click on next option. You have two options again. Either I can upload, right? Upload, that means when I will select upload as an option, Facebook will give me a template wherein in the template I need to just enter the information about my product. Or else if I have an e-commerce site, I can connect with e-commerce site. So say for example, I have a store on Shopify. I can connect with Shopify. I have a WooCommerce. So we were discussing about Magento, OpenCart, BigCommerce, OS Commerce, WooCommerce. So these are open source through which I can create my own e-commerce site. Right? So say for example, I have a WooCommerce. So I will say finish setup. Okay, and then it will ask me with the integration. So this will be discussing at a later stage. So say for example, now you have selected an option to upload a product. I'll say create. I'll go to view catalog option, right? Once I click on view catalog, it will redirect me to this catalog product page. And now I need to complete my setup. So I will say complete setup. And what options I have? I can create Instagram shopping page. I can create upload for shop page. So right now we are discussing about how to upload the multiple products on our shop page. Okay, so I'll be creating, clicking on shop page. And I will say add products. Okay. So I want to add product manually, that is one by one. I need to add product through data feeds. So data feeds, as I was telling you, that it is nothing but a template which Facebook will give you. Okay, in that template you have, so it will be an Excel template, and in that template you have to provide with the information. Then you have something known as Pixel. So Pixel is nothing but a website integration that we'll be discussing at a later stage. Right, and then I will say next, say for example. So if I am doing one by one, I have to add the product. But if I have selected the feed, in the feed also the same fields will be there, right? But I can have a multiple product upload. So same field, same details I need to fill in, and then I can add the products, right? So this is very simple. In a very simple way, I can add multiple products with Facebook. And once I have added the product, I can again go to catalog manager. So if you can see, this is one of the catalog, and there are 34 products which I have added, right? Now, if you want to integrate with e-commerce website, so again, I'll show you the step. You will click on create catalog. You will select e-commerce as an option. And you will say connect with e-commerce platform, whatever e-commerce platform you have. So say for example, I have this on my e-commerce website. I'll say finish setup. Now what are the steps? There will be one plugin that is provided by Facebook. I need to install that plugin. So say for example, this is my e-commerce dashboard, site dashboard. Okay, so I'll be going to settings. I'll be uploading the plugin. After uploading the plugin, I will be installing the plugin. Then I'll be activating that plugin, and then I will say, okay, it's confirmed that I have added the plugin. And then I'll go to the manager. So once I have activated the plugin, by default, all the products will come in over here. So this I have done by integrating my e-commerce plugin, right? So it's very easy. Neither you need to upload the product manually, upload the feed manually, or upload the product one by one. You just need to integrate it with your e-commerce website, and all that products will be available over here. So this is how you can create a catalog. Once you have created a catalog, now next question comes boosting the sales with e-commerce industry, right? So let us understand the parameters. Before understanding the parameters, anyone having any doubt with this, please let me know. And if you have understood the concept, please type in yes, yes. If all of you have understand the concept of how to create, please type in yes, yes. Okay, great. Thanks for the confirmation, guys. Thanks a lot. Okay, now I have my store ready on Facebook. I have my catalog ready. What is the next thing? Now I'll be looking to boost. So as I told you, it's very important nowadays to be active on social media, and social media is a good way to boost your sales. Right? So I hope everyone is able to see my presentation. Anyone having any doubts with this? Okay. So before I start with marketing and sales, what I need to have a website that we have seen. I need to have a Facebook ad account or Facebook business manager, that is a Facebook business account. Okay. I need to have a Pixel ID, and I need to have a product catalog. So apart from Pixel ID, we have seen everything. Now, what is a Pixel and why the Pixel is necessary? So Pixel is a backbone of any e-commerce campaign that we are going to run. And how Pixel is useful? Pixel is useful for retargeting a customer with Pixel. So first of all, what is a Pixel? Pixel is nothing but a code that I will be that Facebook will give me, and I will add that code on my website. After adding the code on my website, what I can do is I can track what kind of things I can track. I can track whether I can track new customers, I can track returning customers. I can also create the audiences. So audiences are nothing but like we have lookalike. So lookalike is the audience who are not active on my page, who have not liked my page, but they are liking similar kind of pages. So they might be liking Myntra. Okay, and then I can also find out what kind of audiences are liking those e-commerce kind of page, and I can add them with Facebook Pixel. And most important thing is I can track conversions, how many sales have happened through Pixel code. So just a quick walkthrough of how you can create a Pixel code on Facebook. Okay, I'll just share my screen. So if you can see, we have something known as Events Manager. I'll go to Events Manager option. Under Events Manager, I will be having an option to create a pixel. So you can see this data source, right? And then I will say add new data source, and I will say pixel code, right? So I can add a code with a partner integration. So again, partner integration is nothing but if you are having a website on like WordPress or Magento or OpenCart or Shopify, right? So I can integrate with the website. What it will do, again, it will give you the plugin. That plugin you need to install on your store. After installing the plugin, you're good to go, right? So set up a pixel. So how you will do, you will go to Events Manager, you will click on data source, then you will click on pixel, you will say set up pixel, either through partner integration or either manually adding the code on your website. Now this your developer will know And if you are well versed with the technical terms, so with development of website and all that, then you can also do it by yourself. So this is a code that you are getting over here. You have to just copy this code and you have to install this code on your website, right? So once you have added this code over here, there will be a green signal that will be coming. So with this pixel code, what you can do is, as I told you, you can set up a remarketing. You can find the audience through which you can do a remarketing. You can create a custom audience and lookalike. So lookalike audiences are audiences who are visiting other similar kind of pages, but they might not be the audience of your page. And custom audiences are the audiences whom I can target, who are the website visitors. So if you can see who are the website visitors or visitors who have spent time. So already someone who has visited my page, I can also target them and I can also create the audiences, right? So I need to just name an audience. So I will say, so if I'm doing it for summer collection, I will say summer collection audiences. Okay. I will say people who have visited a specific page, because only I want to track audience for summer collection. If I want to track audience of entire website, no matter whatever page they are visiting, I will just say all website visitors and I will create the audiences. Now where these audiences are visible to you, again, these audiences are visible to you under audiences option over here. So this all you can only do if you have installed the pixel code, and it is very, very important to install the pixel code. Now, if you can see the number of audiences I have, right? So these are the number of audiences that I have. These are the saved audience. These are the custom. So this is the targeting. When I have created the ad, I have targeted the audience. So these are the saved audience. I have custom audience for my website. Okay, right? So this is how, then what I can do is with this audience. So with this audience, I can create the ads. So we'll be also having a quick walkthrough. If you can see create ad option, right? So as the sales become easier when you have already have a customer or an audience who have visited your page. So now I have clicked on create ad, and are you able to see catalog sales and say store traffic? So these are the kind of campaigns that I can run with this, right? So I can go to catalog sales. I can select the catalog for which I want to run the ads. Most advanced and good option is to create the ad is for shop pages. You can go to catalog manager, right? You need to click on catalog manager. Under catalog manager, you will be finding a different options. So I'll click on this catalog, right? I will click on this catalog over here. After clicking on catalog, it will give me an option to create the campaigns. So it has become very, very necessary. If you are a new brand, it has become very, very necessary to advertise on social media. So now if you can see, I can create a traffic ads. I can create a dynamic ads. So traffic ads, I want a traffic on my website, on my store, on my shop page. Dynamic ads is ads for whatever product people are searching. Automatically, that type of ads will be shown to my customer, right? So I can create a dynamic ad. I can also create Instagram shopping ads. So to create Instagram shopping ads, I need to have a prerequisites. That means I need to have an Instagram business page. My Instagram business page should be connected with Facebook, right? Now, whenever you will create an Instagram shopping page, you need to create a business page. Do not create a personal page. Create a business page and then create a select a category as shopping. The same way I have shown you with Facebook. So in Facebook, you have a desktop. You can use desktop, but for Instagram, you need to use your mobile device. to create a business page, right? So whenever you will create account, it will ask you the option whether you want to create a personal account or a business account on Instagram. Select business account and in category, select shopping as a category. Next thing, how you will connect? You will go to settings option over here. Okay, so this is a page setting option. You will go to page settings, and over here, if you can see Instagram, you will go to Instagram over here, and you will say connect account. So you have to log in with your Instagram account, and your Instagram account is connected. Only when your Instagram account is connected, you can create shopping ads for Instagram, right? Okay. So that's how you will be creating a pixel, and pixel is very, very important. So these are the prerequisites before you begin with marketing and selling your products. Okay, so we had a walkthrough of how to create a catalog, how to set up a catalog. So first step was setting up. Next step is creating. So I have shown you from the catalog option how you can create your campaigns. Now say for example, once you have created your campaign, how you can optimize, right? So say for example, you are optimizing to get your first 100 orders. So what are the steps you will do? Now this is typically the funnel for digital marketing. So quickly, I will tell you what is a funnel. Whenever you are starting up your business, right, your business is established, there will be awareness for your business. So there might be 1,000 people to whom you have created a brand awareness. Out of 1,000 people, there might be 700 people who are considering your brand, who have visited your page or social media sites previously. Out of 800, say for example, 200 people are only willing to buy. They have seen the products, they have added the product on the cart, and out of that, only 200, out of that, there might be possibility only 50 of them are purchasing your product. So this is a funnel, and there is mostly 2% of conversion that we see in e-commerce industry. Okay, so for sites like Amazon and Flipkart, we have 2% of conversion rates, right? So you have to follow a funnel-based approach, and you have to remember that this will be the approach. You cannot get too many of sales. So if you want to get a first 100 orders, you need to see that what are the number of audience that you wish to have for awareness, for consideration, conversion, and so on, right? Then when you're creating a campaign, right, as I told you, you will be using an objective as catalog sales. You will be enabling the campaign for budget optimization. You will be creating 2 to 3 ad sets. So if you are well versed with Facebook, you will understand this concept. Ad set is nothing but creating an ad group. Now, under which circumstances you will be creating your ad group? Say your objective is catalog sales. You will be creating ad sets if you are running ads for different types of products. Say for example, you are running it for summer collection, then you are running it for swimming collection, right? So you will be having a different campaigns, different ad sets for that. Now quickly, I'll just show you the screen where you can find the option of ad sets on Facebook. All right. So I will again go to create option. I'll again go to ads option over here. I'm already into the ads manager. Right. Now, if you can see this hierarchy, first you have to select your objective. So as I told you, can select your objective as catalog sales. Then there is an ad set. So ad set is nothing but an ad group. And what comes under AdSense, it's the type of audience that you will be targeting. The placement is nothing but where you want to show the ads, on the timeline you want to show the ads, or on the story, or what kind of section on Facebook you want to show the ads. And then you will be doing a budget and scheduling. Then comes ad. You will be creating your final ad where you will be selecting the format, whether you want to create a video ads or image ads. and then you will be adding the creatives, that is the image, and you will be writing the content, right? So you have to you need, then how you will optimize it, you will link to all products instead of subset of a product. All right, whatever collection you have, you link to the all the products, and keep targeting options open, right? Potential reach you should keep. So whenever you will be doing a targeting options ad set, under ad sets you have a targeting option. Targeting is nothing but the demographics, age that you will be targeting. Always use look alike audience. So I have shown you how you can where you have an option of creating a alike audience. Select a broad demographics, because as this is a shopping, there might be many people who are interested to shop. Automatic placement, so under placement, as I showed you, that placement is nothing but the section on the Facebook page where your ads will be shown. Automatic placement is an option you will get whenever you will be creating ads on Facebook, right? So I'll again share my screen with you. So automatic placement is an option wherein you will be creating an ad set. Under that, you will be getting this option. This option will give you an option for automatic placement. So have an automatic placement also, right? So I'll just share my slide now. Okay, and I need to optimize my campaign for purchase, and I need to have at least 2 to 3 ad sets, at least variation of targeting also I can have under ad sets, right? Again, I can remarket to the audiences. So if I have a pixel code, I can create the audiences and I can run remarketing and conversion campaigns, right, for a website on a social media sites. So social media we are viewing on the website. So website is basically, if I'm doing it, if I'm running my ads on Google, I can have website also where I can run, right? I can create a dynamic campaign. So under catalog, I have shown you the dynamic ads option. So you can select that dynamic ads option and you can run those ads. So dynamic is nothing but exactly for what people are searching, right? So you have listed, say for example, you have a summer collection and you have many kinds of products for summer collection. So people are searching for cotton t-shirts, kind of stuff. So what in dynamic ad it will be done? Whatever products you have under your catalogs, it will try to match with the query of your audience and your ads will be shown, right? Different targeting options I can select for the audiences, right? So audiences who have not purchased within last 30 days, 7 days. So these are some of the strategy I can apply. So remember, people who have already purchased in 1 month, they will never want to purchase it, right? So you can define those kind of audiences. We have seen custom audiences option, right? In that you will be getting those kind of options, right? Who have abandoned your cart. Again, in custom audiences, you will get those kind of audiences you can create. You can have a good budget and frequency. Now, this options is available under AdSense, right? Whenever you will be doing targeting, you will be having an option to create your audiences also. So just a quick walkthrough so that you have a better clarity. I'll again share my screen. Okay. So now when I am, say for example, I am selecting catalog sales as an option. I am saying continue. Right, so once I'm saying continue, it will ask me for the catalog. It is asking me for the pixel code. It is asking me for the audiences over here, right? So I can retarget the audiences, and these are the audiences which I have already created with custom audience option. If you can see this option, purchased cart option, as I told you in the ad set, you will get all these options, right? Upsell the products, add it into the cart. So this all options is available to you, right? So moving back to the slide, I'll just again share my slide with you all. Right? I can remarket again to build a customer loyalty. Again, an important thing, I need to remind my customer about my brand. So I can run cross-sell and upsell. So again, this option is available under ad set. I can run Google shopping ads. I can upload the product from, I can also have a Shopify custom audiences. And I can try with the new formats. So say for example, first ad I have targeted with video ads. Next ad I can have a slideshow ad or a canvas ads I can have. So these all ad formats are available whenever you create ads on Facebook, right? So this is how you can optimize. After optimizing, you have targeted your 100 orders, how you can scale up. Again, this is a funnel, right? So once your campaign is live, next thing that you can do is you can pause your non-performing assets, right? You can see in the reports, ads reports, which is not performing well, you have to immediately pause that. And whatever campaign is performing well, you always need to allocate budget to it, right? So what is the budget? So this is 20 to 40% of overall budget you can increase for all your performing assets, because you know that this is where the business is coming for. You are getting good prospects from those kind of ad sets. So ad sets can be the targeting, the placement options, right? Different all those kind of options you have for the ad sets, and whatever ad sets is performing well, definitely do not hesitate to increase your budget, because you know that your business is coming from those kind of targeting, right? So this is how you will be also calculating whenever you are going, you can see the reports. In the reports you will be having the metrics like what is the frequency. So if you are running a awareness campaign, frequency is nothing but the number of times unique visitors is visiting your store. How many reach you have got. So reach is nothing but how many times people have seen your ads, that is known as reach. Traffic is how many times people have visited your store. Okay, and CPM is nothing but cost per impression. That means how much you are spending for getting an impression. So this is calculated for 1,000 impressions. Just a quick through so that you understand. So I'll just have a quick through of reports page, how the reports page looks. So this is the ads reporting option. Okay. So I'll go to ads reporting option over here, and whatever ads I have run over here, if you can see, these are the kind of metrics I can see. This is the ads reporting option. Okay. So I'll go to ads reporting option over here, and whatever ads I have run over here, if you can see, these are the kind of metrics I can see. So all the matrices like the cost per click, the traffic, the reach, the impression. So you have to just view through all those metrics, whatever ad set. So if you can see over here, this is an ad set. So it will give me the name of the ad set which is performing well, and I need to always scale up. I need to always, I will be allocating, and in future also I'll be try to run those kind of ads, right? So this is how I'll be scaling up my business. So further and further, I will be trying to analyze my campaigns. I will remove low value products. I will ensure that my page quality stays high, right? So it all depends on your marketing budget. Okay, it all depends on your marketing budget. So if your budget is good, you can run ads, a low cost ad also, you can run a branded ads also. But if you want to create awareness, at least for 3 to 4 months, you should run the ads so that awareness is created amongst the audiences, right? So 3 to 4 months. If you are trying to run a campaign, don't do that. Run a campaign for 1 month, because to understand your campaign only it will take 15 to 20 days. Once you have understood your campaign well, run at least for 3 to 4 months so that you can increase the brand awareness. Right? Okay. So analyze your conversions. After analyzing, also ensure that your page quality stays high. What do we mean by page quality? The type of ads you are running, the type of products you are listing, right? The type of messages you are conveying. All that is calculated with Facebook ads. So Facebook also sees that what is the quality of your page. So if you will scroll down with this, so Facebook has an option wherein you can see that what is your quality of the page. So if you can see this account quality, right, I can see what is the quality of my page. So always ensure that the quality of your page remains high. And how it calculates the amount of budget, the amount of targeting, the type of ads you are creating, type of budget you are allocating, and type of page and products you are creating and uploading. So it all, if your page quality is good, then if there are competitors, the bidding cost will go low. We discussed what are the image guidelines or the practices that we need to carry out. So I'll just share my PowerPoint with you. So image should have a white background. Whenever you click photos, ensure that you have a proper lighting. You have always use DSLR cameras or cameras with good pixels. You should not have logos, border or watermark in your image, right? So if you can see this image, if you see this example, so image with having border does not look good. Image with having logo does not look good. Image with having the text like free shipping or things like that does not look good. So this is the image, right? With the light gray or white background always looks good. Offer variations in size and color option, provide accurate and good description, okay, high resolution of image, competitive price, update your inventory regularly.
Hope you enjoyed this session and you had an informative webinar. Signing off for now. Bye bye.